Hey guys, you got your Christmas list ready? There's not much time left. Anybody home? Important mission to run. May not be back for several days. What type of mission would take several days over the holiday season?
Men, this is the most important task of our careers. We've taken on mad scientists.
We've taken on otherworldly demons.
But those all pale in comparison to this mission. We must boldly stand our guard, not give up without a fight, and do everything in our power to make sure this goat does not burn!
And in entertainment news, despite its release being months away and polarizing reception from the public at best, fans of the big movie release of the winter are already turning out for its December premiere. Let's go to this interview of one excited kid found outside the Samuel Goldwyn Theater already in cosplay for the upcoming film.
We don't listen to the haters and dumb fans out there. This is the movie we have been waiting for years, and we expect to make it break all the records. Avatar, Endgame, they are just stepping stones to this movie's launch to box office greatness.
You guys were gonna camp out for 4 hours for the Cats movie? Are you knocking thoughts?
We went prepared.
We had a stereo system to play the Broadway soundtrack on eternal repeat.
Your wrestling buddy gave us pointers.
You will never ridicule my Disney movie marathoning ever again. Everyone ready? It's time for the latest edition of Who Wants to Be a Moron? You got all your snacks and drinks ready? Because we're in for a doozy tonight. And she says the drones are all in place, so let's go live to Area 51! Wow, look at all the fat camp rejects in position to storm like they're an army. Think half of them will collapse from exhaustion before a single soldier gets to them?
Hey, you ain't exactly the cover of Muscle and Fitness yourself.
I didn't travel 2,000 miles to the goddamn desert thinking I could storm an entire military installment. Oh, wait, I think they're about ready. And there goes Pickett's charge! Should we have been playing Ride of the Valkyries to this? Or Yakety Sax? Did that one kid try to clothesline a Marine? Never say how terrible JBL did it ever again. Wow, did that one soldier actually pat the guy who took down on the head like a dog? As if to say, at least you tried?
Oh, and that is why I've made it my mission to never get tased.
It's like Kikassia in real life.
Only even stupider and more pathetic.
See, this is the type of reality TV they should be airing.
So this is the fate of everyone who thought they could storm a military base looking for aliens.
Well, hopefully not everyone. I may have infiltrated one or two of their Facebook groups and sent them wrong directions. So hopefully a few got them and will be someplace safer. Won't they get upset that they ended up in the wrong place? I don't think so. Should we ask for directions?
Maybe. Or we do have plenty of cash on hand because we flew Southwest.
Oh, ladies! Hitting the eggnog early? Could you guys concoct something that would make me go colorblind? Seeing colors hurts. So I take it helping out at Good For You charity on Black Friday didn't go as well as you hoped. Yeah, the good news is they don't want me to go back there. How the hell do you get fired from your volunteer job? They didn't technically fire me. They simply said it would be in the best interest of my physical health if I chose not to return. Well, I'm guessing there weren't any brawls there you had to break up. Turns out people don't want to brawl over a 30-year-old cathode ray set. And you chose not to go there wearing your Keep Christmas in December shirt. Those are still on order. So what the heck happened? I don't want a lot for Christmas. There's just one thing I need, and I don't care about the presents underneath the Christmas tree. Let's just say some people there weren't in a very festive mood.
Welcome to the official video page of We Have Everything Covered. Our sources have discovered that an early draft of the Star Wars prequels did in fact exist. The original script called for Ryan Reynolds to be cast as Anakin Skywalker instead of Hayden Christensen, and would have greatly toned down the character's attitudes and emotional outbursts, suggesting that the portrayal would have been much closer to what was suggested of him in the original trilogy. Also, there were no mentions of midichlorians at all, and the character of Jar Jar Binks was not included. It is said that the changes were not made by George Lucas himself, but at the insistence of his friend Kathleen Kennedy, who we have revealed was also very instrumental in Lucas eventually selling his company to the Walt Disney Corporation. Representatives from Lucasfilm or Disney could not be reached for comment.
You're not funny, you're not funny, you're not funny!
What? You don't find a few thousand internet dorks frothing with rage all over Twitter to be humorous? Where did all these charges on my credit card come from? I didn't make any of these purchases!
Uh-oh. Sounds like you had your information stolen. You got scammed.
But how could that have possibly happened? How to avoid getting scammed online?
Identity theft has existed for ages, but in this age of the internet, it's become far more of a problem. A lot of criminals send random people emails, texts, and phone calls in the hope they'll get their personal information that they can then use. Because they're too lazy to do real work like make online videos. However, there are some precautions you can take to avoid getting scammed. Here are some warning signs to look for to see if someone is trying to steal your personal information. Number 1, check the actual sender. A lot of scammers naturally tries to pose as legitimate businesses and claim they're trying to contact you about something important. But there is a way you can sniff them out. Most email servers today allow you to just hover your mouse cursor over the given name of the sender, and it will show you the sender's actual email address. If the address turns out to be some type of indecipherable gobbledygook like this, it's a good sign it's a scam. Number 2, they don't give you verification. If an actual business, like say the bank that runs your credit card, really wants to get in touch with you, they will likely include proof that they are who they say they are. They do this by providing you with information on your account they should already have. Usually the last 4 digits of your credit card number. A scammer won't have this information. It's what they're trying to get a hold of. So if someone calls you or sends you an email saying something vague like, "This is an important message about your credit card," they're very likely scamming you. They ask for your information first. Now, it is likely that your bank will ask you for verification, but usually when you call them instead of vice versa. And usually they only ask for the last 4 digits of your account number or social security number. If they ask you for the full number, especially if they call you, they are definitely someone trying to scam you. And more than anything, if they call you and upfront ask for the password to your online account, hang up immediately. Though after dropping them a few colorful words of insult can work too. Remember, the #1 sign of a scam is someone directly asks for your account information. Really, some of the best ways to avoid getting scammed online just come down to plain common sense. Right, Perkins?
Hang on, I'll be with you in a minute. I have to help this Nigerian prince funnel his fortune through my bank account. He's gonna reward me for it.
Be sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel as well. But most of all, what will really help is if you donate to Rowdy C's Patreon. With Perkins here, we're gonna need the money.
This is gonna be so great. Yeah. Wake me up, morning brew.
Is this coffee?
Well, it is a coffee mug, isn't it?
You guys are sick, you hear me? Absolutely sick!
Those damn fuzzballs think they can get me to drink that swill! Now that's the stuff you get to wake you up in the morning.
Greetings, felines everywhere. As many of you are aware from the reactions of your owners one way or another, the human world has become an even greater mess than it normally is. The humans are bickering, threatening, and fighting with one another worse than they have in many years. The United States alone is seeing a split not seen in more than 150 of their years. It is because of this that an announcement has been made by the Supreme Feline. The timetable has been moved up. We may not get a better time to launch the final operation than now. We must strike while they are at their weakest. This is the follow-up to the message that all of you received once you matured out of kittenhood. This is what you have been trained for. Prepare yourselves accordingly, for the time of conquest is upon us! Are we supposed to take this seriously, or is this just some joker's cat tube prank?
The real sad thing is, it could be either.
Damn it! This is what we get for not being natural-born cats! I'm Vic the Dick, and I'm here to show you how you can turn these troubling economic times into great financial success for you. Now, many of you poor saps have likely received some sort of government bailout in the past few weeks. To start off, take just $100 from that bailout and use it to set up your own limited liability company. The price may vary in certain states. So now you have an LLC. You own your own business. You are now eligible to apply for a small business grant of $5,000. Congratulations! You have turned that measly $100 into $5,000 overnight. Now, you can create the mere idea for a product and set up a GoFundMe account to help people finance that product. Set the cap at $5,000 and watch poor schmucks just hand you over money. Now,
take out a credit card in your new business's name. As long as you keep your credit score perfect, make all of your purchases on that credit card, and thus you can write off all of your purchases as business expenses, saving you thousands of dollars on taxes. Repeat this process as often as you like and watch your income explode! And be sure you order my book on how to become a millionaire by selling something at just $100 a pop. Only $99.99 plus shipping.
And this video is screen recorded, and we send a copy of it to irs.gov. I'm not even getting paid for this, I just do it for the catharsis.
We have everything here?
Defoliant? Check.
Borax? Check.
Herbicide? Check.
Now we mix all these together with our special chemical X and hope we don't turn this place into a crater the size of the Hollywood Bowl.
And if it works, all we'll need then is to commandeer a crop duster.
Soon, the annual wars will be over. Oh yes, the end will come soon for our mortal enemy. You have taken too many of our colleagues for too long, but the tide is about to turn. You are all going down!
You're trapped. Trapped in my prison. And soon, you are going to die. You will die slowly, painfully enduring hunger and starvation as you exude your last bits of energy trying to escape my prison. Until you realize it is pointless and the realization of death overcomes you. You may even try praying for salvation, but no help will come to you. And as darkness engulfs you forever, I want you to know that I was your executioner. You and your brethren have been my adversaries for too long, and more of them will follow you. I shall end each and every one of you, and I shall very much enjoy it.
Yep, he needs to get outside soon.
How did bugs even get in here? Aren't we in a magically contained tent?
Hey, everybody! Madman Rowdy here, and it's time for our Rowdy C New Year's January Madness Sale! That's right, I'm so stupid, I announce a sale after the holidays are over, when no one's buying! But that doesn't mean you can't take advantage of all these deals! Like an authentic Rowdy C ringer tee for less than 20 bucks! I'm probably not even making money off of these! Or your own e-copy of Quest Seekers the Wormstone, only $3! But here's our best deal, for only $5 you can get the perfect cat bed! I know it just looks like a cheap cardboard box, but your kitty will feel like he's lounging in luxury! All of this can be found by logging on to rowdyc.com right now! Come and take some of this stuff away before they take me away!
Was this a comedy bit or a commercial?
I I think the answer is yes.
I'm Sam Hammer, the California Whammer. And whenever I hear that someone got hurt in an auto wreck, I just want to hunt down the person who did it and bash in his kneecaps. But legally, I can't do that. What I can do is see that any victim of an auto wreck takes that reckless driver and puts them in the poorhouse. So if you've been hurt by someone else's stupidity, give me a call at 213-555-HURT. I'll get that guy into a courtroom and make sure that by the end of things, he's living in a box outside Union Station. I've got a 75% rate of my opponents leaving the courtroom crying like babies. So call Sam Hammer at 213-555-HURT. It's not as good as bashing in someone's kneecaps, but it's damn close.
I think I just lost all my clients.
Hello?
What's your favorite scary movie?
Spice World.
That's not a scary movie.
Have you seen what those bitches look like? Anyway, no, I don't like any of those horror slasher films.
Oh, too scary for you?
No, I just don't find death and violence to be entertaining. It just shows how pathetic we are that we get joy in other people's misery and suffering. Heck, I don't even like football for the same reasons. But let me ask you, what's your favorite romantic comedy? Because, frankly, I think that genre is unjustly overhated. Personally, I found America's Sweethearts to be very underappreciated. Anytime you get Billy Crystal in anything, it's going to have some value, and you know Christopher Walken is going to give you a ham-fisted performance that's always worth the admission. And really, I didn't have a problem with Julia Roberts getting cast as the common-looking girl for once. I mean, they've given that role to Sandra Bullock so many times, it was great to see someone else in that role. And plus, I found that giving Charlie Steiner a cameo role in the film to be a very nice Easter egg myself. Hello? Don't freaking prank call me on Halloween, bitch! Ladies, gentlemen, felines, what I have in my hand may very well be my magnum opus. The greatest work I have ever created that is not some angry, snarky review, and one that I truly believe will break through the walls of Hollywood and allow us to get our place as the next great television writers.
You really think Warner is gonna accept a full reboot of Game of Thrones? I give it a year until they can Zaslav, and they'll be desperate for new material, so I say I've got as good a shot as any. Let's just humor the guy here. Okay, first off, we remake Daenerys into a fully evil witch. I'm talking full-on Rita Repulsa vibes here. In the pilot episode, she tries to destroy the royal family's marriage by cursing the queen with a huge ass! But it turns out the king likes his women with junk in the trunk, so they reconcile their differences and have great sex for the rest of the series. What? Outraged at this failure, Daenerys' next move is to recruit a peasant girl and give her a magical boob job to try and seduce the king. But again, it turns out the queen is actually bisexual and polyamorous, so the three of them end up very happy together. Are you sure Brazzers didn't already do this? No, wait! It gets better! The witch's next plan is to hypnotize the head of the Lannister house into declaring war on the kingdom, but the king is able to convince them to settle their differences with medieval baseball! Why not make it pro wrestling instead? Oh, you silly kiddies! That's in the penultimate episode of the season! The Mark is working on that one as we speak. You're really putting out all the stops here, aren't you?
Well, it is still an incomplete season. I'm still trying to work out the details of the shrinking episode.
Are you just asking to get run back home to Texas by a lynch mob?
What makes you think anyone would want to watch a complete 180 of a product that just seems to insult and belittle the original material? Hey, Mindy Kaling did it to Scooby-Doo. Consider this retaliation on my part. You know, if I could go 24 hours without another dirt sheet spreading some bullcrap rumor about who Vince wants to sell to, that'd be great! Hello, yeah? Yeah, he's a friend of mine. He what? Charlotte, transport me to Los Angeles Chinese Theater! So, do you recall a few years back when I tried to tailgate WrestleMania a couple weeks in advance and you had such a big problem with that? In my defense, you were using my car then. Whatever! The point is, you go and pull something like this now? For a movie that's 2 months away? Hey, some of us have waited 30 years for this movie. I'd say the anticipation is warranted. Don't you still have a show to do? What, were you gonna put off your videos until May? I got them all done in advance last month. Amazing what you can accomplish when you eliminate sleep. You know, at least I brought a cooler and had a parking space. How are you expecting to get food while holding your place in line? Did someone here order 8 pieces all dark, extra crunchy? Ain't Dash and Dine great? And just what were you planning to do while waiting out all these months? I got plenty of games and videos on this thing, especially since Genie and Garfield gave it a super turbocharged battery. Besides, I'm probably gonna spend a lot of time teaching the other kids in line how to do the Mario. What kids in line? Oh, I'm sure they're gonna be lining up any day now. Frankly, I'm surprised I was the first one here. This is nothing like waiting for baseball playoff tickets back in the 90s. Go back to your tent! I'm not flushing away my WrestleMania fund on your bail money! Jeez, you know, ever since McMahon took back power, you've been a real spoiled sport! When I have to be the voice of reason and I fight AEW smarks online, there's something wrong! Today at West Coast Ranch! At long last, I, Professor Highland Stupidiot, have devised a perfect plan to take over all of Southern California! Observe, in this pen, we have 1,000 Canadian squawking geese, the most vicious, annoying, violent birds known to man! And over here, in this pen, we have 500 feral bobcats, capable of rending the flesh off of any living creature! These animals may seem cute and adorable to the idiotic layman, but they are actually among the most dangerous creatures on the planet. And once they learn to work together as a cohesive unit, they shall become an army that will bite, peck, and claw their way into the total submission of the entire West Coast! 24 hours later... Bad kitties! You are not supposed to eat your comrades in arms! Back to the drawing board! Welcome to the law offices of Vic the Dick. How may we be of service? Yes, I'm looking to file a suit against this organization. HireAHitman.com? I hired them for a simple task and they failed to live up to their end of the deal. Dare I ask what this particular deal was? It was nothing that serious or complicated. I simply wanted them to off my mother-in-law. Well, hurling day doesn't exist in our timeline, so you gotta resort to other measures. Anyway, not only did they fail to deliver on the service I paid them for after cashing my check,
But the next thing I know, the feds are at my doorstep with a warrant for attempted murder! Only the people running that website could have known about this, so there was a definite violation of trust involved here! Did you check this site's terms of service to see if they even assured any client confidentiality? However illegal that may be? Who reads terms of services anyway? So you're suing them for $1 trillion. May I ask what you intend to do with such a large sum in the event that you become incarcerated? I have that all taken care of. I have an insanity police set that is a surefire can't fail. And I assume you want me to represent you in your criminal case as well? Oh, no. I'll have the state legal aid represent me in that case. You needn't be bothered by that at all. You're too kind. So, when do we start? First of all, we definitely have to break through some firewalls to figure out where these guys are located, and obviously we're going to have to work around my other court dates. Yes, well, as much as I would enjoy the drama that would come from taking something like this to court, I'm afraid I can't represent you in these matters. Oh, give me a break. Don't tell me you actually have scruples too. I was told you were completely different from that Sam Hammer guy. Well, let's just say I may have a conflict of interest.
Hey guys, check this! Some yahoo who fell for our hitman scheme tried to hire our lawyer to sue us with!
And you fuzzballs thought I couldn't make any money on my own!
Oh sure, you're perfectly capable of making money. When you use your magical girlfriend to violate all the laws of time and physics!
It's simply knowing how to utilize your resources to the best of their abilities. Hi, I'm here to access and withdraw from the account my grandfather set up for me. I believe the code name for it would be Rowdy C. Okay, it looks like this account is originally from a bank we merged with 30 years ago. Come to think of it, it looks like there hasn't been a transaction made on this account in more than 70 years. But the codename matches up and everything else seems to be in order, so...
Who do you think you are, David Xanatos or something?
Hey, I did far more work than that, Claude! Believe me, it wasn't easy tracking down which bank from more than half a century ago would yield the highest interest rate over all those years. Hello, I wish to open an account and deposit this $10. Let's consider it a nest egg for my grandchildren. The code name they will use in order to access the account shall be Rowdy C.
You do know Doc Brown is looking on you in shame, right? I thought you were always opposed to gambling anyways!
Doc Brown was a hypocrite because he made himself a new fortune selling copies of Action Comics #1. Anyway, I'm not like Biff Tannen. I didn't use my abilities to take over the world. Just one little simple sure thing that no one else would ever find out about.
Man, this game is over. The Dodgers are gonna win the pennant for sure.
Oh no, just you wait, yeah. Bobby Thompson's gonna come up and hit a home run to win this thing for the Giants.
You absolutely sure about that, kid?
You wanna bet $10 on that?
So, how long has he been camped out there?
48 hours and counting.
And he's the only one outside that Best Buy.
Well, given that Black Friday was 3 months ago, I'd say that's an accurate guess.
And no one else here thinks that this is a problem. Doing this for baseball tickets was acceptable. The Mario movie was bad enough. But this? Seriously, tell me we don't need another intervention with the guy.
Well, if you want one, you're the one who's gonna have to call it, 'cause Daddy's home! I will be in the viewing room. I recommend you not attempt to contact me for at least a week.
Aren't you at least gonna shower first?
Oh, like you guys care, you can't even smell me when I'm in there.
And what are you gonna do about eating?
Jeannie will be blinking in with hot dogs and Raising Canes every 4 hours.
I guess it could be worse. At least we're not gonna have to hose the place down after he's done.
Let's hope. You are in Judge Katie's court.
Are we on? All right, the cameras are rolling, so this court is in session.
Sam Hammer, representing the prosecution, Your Honor. Vic the Dick for the defense, milady.
Well, Mr. Dick, take off those glasses while you're in my courtroom.
But he still gets to wear that eye patch. Everyone in the ABA knows that thing ain't real. Another time, Vic. Your Honor, we intend to prove that the defense caused irreparable damage to my client's property values. Your Honor, my client was simply honoring his late nephew who tragically died in a feral hog incident by displaying said nephew's artwork in his front lawn. It was the piece his nephew was most proud of, his greatest symbol of romance and harmony. Thus its title, Love in Nature. It was a statue of 2 cartoon chipmunks
Hey, language in my courtroom.
My apologies, Your Honor, of 2 cartoon chipmunks fornicating! Let the record show, Your Honor, that the guidelines established by the Homeowners Association had no rules specifically outlawing my client's piece, and they actively encourage decorations on people's lawns. That's for the holiday seasons! So sorry they didn't make exceptions for furry porn statuary!
Nonetheless, I have yet to see how this artwork could have caused any harm.
We have photographic evidence if Your Honor would like to see for herself.
How is that position even possible?
Well, they are cartoons, Your Honor. Let the record show that my client did attempt civil discourse with the defendant before choosing to pursue legal action. I would hardly call it civil that the accuser directly threatened to gouge out my client's ear holes with flaming hot pokers. Objection! At no time did he say they have to be flaming hot! Nor do I call it civil to have had the statue smashed by driving a mobile home over it and then dropping a dozen boulders on it.
Wait, if you had the thing destroyed, then what is the point of this lawsuit again?
Punitive damages! The cost of having to rent the bulldozer is included in the demands, along with the fines the city handed out for the damage caused to the street and the curb. Not to mention the repairs to the mobile home, which my client still plans to feature in the upcoming RV show this summer.
Okay, I have heard enough to make a ruling. I declare this case a draw, and I'm fining each of you 2 shysters $1,000 each for making a mockery of this court.
You know, that's actually a better result than what I hoped to get.
Okay, next up on the docket, we have the owner of Gino's Pizza alleging harassment over someone leaving a truck in his parking lot with a giant wooden middle finger mounted in the truck bed. Oh, I need a vacation.
See, many people think of time as a strict progression of cause to effect. Others see it as a big ball of wibbly-wobbly, timey-wimey stuff. But the truth is, time is more or less like a living being. The past is its lifeblood. It's what keeps it going.
And like how your body will eventually heal itself when it gets sick or injured, time will find a way to heal itself if someone would try to change the past. Some call it fate or destiny or divine intervention, but any attempts to disrupt the timeline would fall to contingencies emerging to fix the disruptions. It's why the whole kill Hitler as a kid theory would never work. There would either always be interventions preventing it from happening, or worst case scenario, someone else would end up starting the Third Reich anyway.
Bottom line is that history simply cannot be changed, so no, you can't go back in time and get rich by making a new original Space Jam with Wilt Chamberlain!
You know, at least some of us are trying to come up with original ideas here.